Well, we got about 3 inches of rain last night. I'm gonna try this afternoon, work for a couple hours. They just started dragging a little bit of wood out, trying to get a little bit out, but as you can tell, it's a swampy, wet mess. Yeah, luckily did drag enough wood up here to give them something to kind of pull out of here today while it was wet. But it's just funny how it was so dusty dry yesterday and now it's a mud hole. But I'm going to take off to the back there. There's a fence line down the property line I've got to clear, and I'm going to see if I can't work on that this afternoon and get a little bit of that down and opened up. So since it's way too wet up there to work, I'm come down here to the back, and as you saw, I stacked up the brush pile, and we're doing a fence line all the way around the farm. This is cleared right here. This is that little acre I cleared back here in the back. What I've got to do is, the property corner is up in a group of trees up there. I'm gonna walk up there and find it, and see if I can't get a straight shot. I got a iron down over there and kind of do that, and there was a ribbon already tied in this tree, but I don't know if I did that or the surveyor did that or what, because I got another one over here, and I'm trying to get the straightest line as possible. So I'm going to go out here and see if I can't find the stake in this group of trees out here in this field, and then pretty much all I got to do is just backtrack and kind of flag a straight line between here and, yeah, here and there. That's all it is to it. Just got to line it up, right? Well, it wasn't easy, but I was able to find the corner and get the ribbon tied, so it pretty much comes, well, heck, I didn't even see that, but that's a good indication. This is a property line tree. Right where I got it, an old fence. So that actually lines up. I know you can't see the ribbons, but there's another one right there. Yeah, this is going to go with this as a property line tree right here. To take all the brush and pile it up over here. I'm going to drag what I can out. The rest I'm going to just kind of get laid into the woods and cleaned up whenever we clean this up later on. Just because it's not practical to try to drag this stuff out. I'm going to get probably another good grapple fill or so out, and then the rest is just going to kind of get tucked into the woods. Ribbon. That was the line, the best I could figure it out. So I'm erring on the side of caution and putting it a little closer in. I'm not a surveyor, I can only do so good. it being tight in here. Just not a lot of room to work. Of course, everything would be a hickory tree too, which is about the most worst tree to try to break up. It's a durable tree. Break up. Is just going to get tucked in the woods. This is becoming a little aggravating and not very efficient. And there is the back corner of the Be the Good farm. I made it all the way to the far back to the neighbor's farm. They do have the property line staked, so actually most of it goes down this path. I'm going to run down there, and if there's anything I got to push back right in there that I can do, and probably bring the Mini with the mulcher on it for the rest. And there's the path going through there. Should just kind of go right in between those two big trees. I'll grab that brush and throw it in the burn pile over there on my way out. So I'm gonna run down this edge over here and clean that up a little bit, and then go down there and stack all that brush up. I guess the bright side is the tracks don't squeak anymore. Got a little moisture on them. Track this over here to the burn pile I stacked up and lay it on top of it. Let it dry out. up and then go up there and stack up some more brush from where the loggers have drug some more up. And it's pretty much going to be a wrap for today, I think. I got a pretty good sized burn pile here now. Pretty much same spot where I had the other one. As you can see, the dead trees where I had it too close to the woods. All right, well, I'm gonna track back up here before I leave and stack up the brush pile that the loggers have drug up this afternoon. I don't know how much they were able to do. It was really, really wet up there, but we're about to go find out. So I'm gonna clean up what I can. And they still got to skid all that out. He actually said the skidder stays up better if I leave the stumps in the ground. So I'm going to pop these couple little ones up right here and just grab that brush and just leave all that. So that he can skid all that out, because what I did yesterday, I cleared so that we could pile up and have a stockpile without stumps, which was fine, but it did rain on it. Made it really muddy around it, which is common. That's what's going to happen when you got loose dirt. But I just wanted to get rid of all that brush or stumps before we piled all that brush on it. So as you can see right here, stuff disappears quickly. Well, it's starting to rain again a little bit, so I'm going to finish stacking this up and call it a day. Not a lot of rain, just enough to make it aggravating. Stuff sit here for about a week before I burn it. It should go to town then. I mean, it would burn right now, but it's just still a little green and it's gonna smoke a lot. Go through this little bit that I pushed up with the dozer and get the dirt out of it. That's the only thing bad about the D6. It just gets a lot of dirt in there with it. That stuff's so powdery dry. It might be the operator too. He just doesn't do a good job getting the dirt out. I'll have to talk with him, figure out what his deal is. stumps, mostly dirt. Just put that down here at the bottom and it'll all get mixed in with the ashes and burn up some. Be a raging fire when it burns. About every single one of those is a treetop, so they have processed a fair amount of trees today. Go up there and check it out. It's too wet to get the log truck in today, so see how much wood's piled up there at the deck. That's a wrap for today. Go up there and check out the wood pile up there, and that's gonna be it for today. Fueling up. So while I was down there clearing, I managed to rip my grease line off. This thing has all these, it's got a, well, it had a valve of grease fittings right there, but over time you slowly rip the little steel lines off. Well, I hit one on a tree, and actually still see the bark right there, and it goes up here when I ripped it off and sheared it off, a little fitting. Anyways, broke it clean off. Where is it? Right there. Broke that clean out of there. So I just take those off and just put grease fittings in there, and that's good to go. And that one got ripped off. I got to take that line off a couple months ago. But anyways, getting that fixed, and while I was sitting there messing with that, I noticed that, or undoing that this had rubbed there's a bolt that goes right there to hold that grease line in, and it had rubbed a hole in that, and it was a little bit wet, so I went ahead and just went and got a new hose while I was standing here working on it. So I'm gonna let that fuel up. Let's go over here and check out the wood pile from today. I mean, most of that was, I ain't saying most of it, but a fair amount of that was already there, but starting to get a good little pile here now. I don't know if it's quite going to be dry enough for the log truck to get here in the morning, but at least he'll keep dragging it up and stacking it up. So yeah, that log truck ain't gonna be able to get in here. Maybe let it sit here and dry some more tonight if it'll quit raining. But starting to get a pretty good little pile here. A lot of pulpwood. Nothing incredible for as far as wood quality. We got tree length pine and small little load of chip and saw. See a few gum logs there. Couple short poplars. Pretty much all that's pulpwood, and everything I'm standing on right here is pulpwood. But better than burning it all, I reckon. It's a lot less that I don't have to deal with, so that's all that matters. All right, I'm gonna finish fueling that up and go home myself. I'd get one of these for my machine, but I think they're like $60,000 or $80,000 now. I just don't know if I want to cut trees that bad.